Hey everybody, what's going on? So, we just wrapped up our series, What It Means to Be Vulnerable in a Relationship. I hope you enjoyed it and took away some ideas that can help you further your journey. Now, if you missed it, please go back and watch it. Now, let's jump into our new series, Escaping the Cycle of Reactive Abuse. Reactive abuse. There's an abusive partner, and over time, living with them, being harmed by them, being endangered by them, being emotionally unsafe, being unseen. What often happens is that the woman begins to feel twisted out of shape. And what I mean is, they begin to be less like themselves and more like some strange thing that the abuse has created. Unfortunately, the strange thing they become is often a bit abusive in nature itself. So they begin to kind of mirror the abuse that they've been receiving. If it's rage, maybe they come back with rage. If it's the silent treatment, perhaps that's what they're going to resort to. But they find themselves at some point engaged in some kind of behavior that they notice and internally kind of say, oh no, that's not who I used to be. That's not how I think of myself. That's not who I want to be. It's like a can of soda that's been just shaken up, and then they spew out all this stuff into the external world, to him or to other people. It's not always the case, but research shows that the man is more often the perpetrator and a woman is the victimized. The context is critically important in this environment of abuse, in this environment of blame shifting, in this environment of defensiveness and accusatory, etc. Then in that context, we can better understand this. If you could strip off all the abuse, if none of that ever happened, then what the woman would likely be saying is, those aren't words they would have used. That isn't the behavior they would have engaged in. And oftentimes, the behavior is very specific to this relationship. It's not like they necessarily engage in the rage or whatever else. It's in response to their abuser. So, is this soothing for you to hear? It must be a relief that you are learning that it is not you. You are twisted out of shape. It is because of the abuse that you have experienced. This isn't you. This is not normally you. So, we are going to take this series slow so we can grasp and reflect on what we're learning. Think about your story. Think about your marriage or relationship. What changes do you think you might need to make? Please join me Monday at 7 for part 2 of Escaping the Cycle of Reactive Abuse. Guys, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Know that I love you. Be encouraged.